The Laws of Ascension, Chapter 46, Fenrir. Nixfang is a Fenrir, Cyrilda says, causing Lorik to look at her. What's a Fenrir? He asks, causing Cyrilda to sigh and drop her head. Are you sure, Master? Sarah asks, recognizing the name. Are Fenrirs powerful? Vera asks while looking at Nixfang. Yes, very, Cyrilda says before smiling slightly. They're referred to as legendary beasts, similarly to dragons. Really? Lorik asks while looking at Nixfang. She's holding her head up proudly with a smug glint in her eyes. I'm a legendary beast, she proudly states. That's also why she's able to talk. Unless they possess high intelligence, familiars won't be able to speak. All legendary beasts are capable of speech. But there are a few that aren't legendary beasts, however. They're much weaker than the legendary beasts. They're also quite rare and are still hard to find. Cyrilda says. Then how do you communicate with your familiars? Lorik asks. We use soul power. We can send and receive soul power containing our thoughts. By doing so, we're able to speak even without words. Rowan explains. Lorik, you should brace yourself, Cyrilda says after a moment. Brace myself? Why? Lorik asks back. Legendary beasts are, as the name suggests, incredibly rare. There's only one other person in our kingdom who has one for a familiar, and theirs is a dragon. Worldwide, there's probably less than 50 in total. So researchers, merchants, alchemists, and all sorts of people will likely come to contact you asking about her. They'll likely ask to buy her fur or vials of blood. Some might even try purchasing her from you. But don't worry too much about that. I'll spread the word about Nixfang while also reminding people you're my disciple, so they won't do more than ask. Even if they do, I'll take care of them. Cyrilda says before getting up. Wait, Lorik, what was it you wanted to talk about before leaving? Cyrilda asks, having just remembered that. Oh, I'll tell you next time. I want to fix my bracelet first, Lorik replies hesitantly. All right, well, I have work I need to take care of. I'll see you later. Oh, and Lorik, if Arlen asks about payment, let him know about Nixfang. Cyrilda says before teleporting away. We should get back to the academy, Rowan says while standing up. The four of them leave the room and Nixfang follows. So why'd you decide on Nixfang for her name? Sarah asks as they walk. I'm not sure, that's just what came to mind. Lorik replies before Vera laughs lightly. Both our familiars have Fang in their name. She says, You have a familiar too? What are they? Nixfang asks as they leave the castle. They walk out the back to go through the illusion trees. His name is Emberfang, and he's a wyvern, Vera replies. Master, can I run now? Nixfang asks, quickly changing interest. Why do you want to run? Lorik asks her. It's fun. So can I. She asks before Lorik shakes his head no. You're too fast and you can't carry 4 people, he says, causing her to sigh. You can carry people? Rowan asks, assuming she uses her mouth or something. He means on her back, Sarah says quickly. Can I ride you? You look soft, Vera asks. Sure, Nixfang says before stopping. The others wait as Vera climbs on and sits up. Your fur is so smooth and soft. I thought it looked more coarse, Vera says as they start walking again. Really? Let me feel, Sarah says while walking over and stroking Nixfang. It really is soft, almost like a fluffy cloud, she says. She can't be that soft. Rowan says before walking over and doing the same. I stand corrected, he adds, causing Sarah to laugh. So how have things been here while I was out? Lorik asks. They've been good. We've been taking on tasks and did a few team tasks. Sarah replies. You can take on team tasks without me? Lorik asks, surprised. Yeah, but you need at least 2 members. It's this way, so if 1 or 2 team members get injured or are out doing something else, the others can still earn team points, which is good because we were down to 2 before. Rowan says, causing Sarah to chuckle nervously. Yeah, I forgot about them, to be honest. It wasn't until I got a notification that 3 points had been taken for the dorm rent that I remembered them. But we're up to 5 again, and we have 3 weeks until the next time we pay rent. So we'll be fine. Sarah says as they leave the castle grounds. They make their way back to the academy. Lorik again has to explain his broken bracelet, but with the others there saying he's on their team, they let him in without much fuss. You should go get a new bracelet ASAP, Vera says as they walk to their dorms. She's still riding on top of Nixfang. Yeah, I will. But I want to ask you guys a question first, but I don't think I can ask it out here. Lorik replies. Once they're back at the dorms, Nixfang enters Lorik's soul. So what did you want to ask? Sarah asks Lorik as they sit on the couches. Did Master discover anything from the list we wrote up? Or was there another assassination attempt or anything? Lorik asks. No, and no. She's investigated everyone on the list, but couldn't find anything. There's been no other attempts at my life either. Sarah replies, causing Lorik to nod. Well, is there anything I need to be here tonight for? Lorik asks, surprising them. Are you going somewhere? Rowan asks. I want to return home and check up on things again. I didn't have a lot of time to clean it last time, what with my neighbor and all. So I imagine I won't finish until it's pretty late. I'll probably just sleep there before returning. Oh, but I'm gonna go ask the headmaster about my bracelet first. Lorik replies before standing up. Wait, can I come with you this time? I'm really curious about your house, Vera asks. Lorik opens his mouth to say no and give another excuse, but hesitates. All right, he replies with a sigh. Yes, Vera says a bit too loudly. Then we'll see you two tomorrow, Sarah says as Lorik and Vera walk toward the door. Do you know where the headmaster's at? Vera asks as they leave the dorms. No, but I'll go check his office. If he's not there, I'll just head to the staff offices and ask for him, Lorik replies before leading the way. They walk into the tower and climb up the stairs. What can I help you with? Headmaster Arlen asks as they get to the top. He looks up and is surprised to see Lorik and Vera. I thought your master had sent you to the forest? What are you doing back so soon? He asks while setting his paperwork down. I broke my communications bracelet. Lorik replies while holding up his wrist. I thought I should return after that instead of waiting around. I came here to ask for a replacement. Lorik adds, causing the headmaster to nod. Those aren't cheap. I'm sorry to say, but we'll have to charge you for this, he says, causing Lorik to raise his hand. Actually, Master told me to tell you something if you said that, Lorik says before looking to his left. Nixfang leaves his soul and appears sitting next to him. So I have a Fenrir familiar now, he says before Arlen jumps over his desk. He moves swiftly, moving as a blur for Lorik. Nixfang lets out a surprised yelp when he appears in front of her. She creates a small spear of ice and fire on his sides. They slam down on him, but vines appear on his skin and whip them away before they can. She really is a Fenrir, Arlen says while looking over Nixfang. All right, I'll cover your bracelet's cost, but in return, I want to study your familiar and her law, he says before returning to his seat. Why do you want to research her law? Lorik asks. The law your Fenrir has must be thermal fluctuation, but that law is unique to only a few monsters. It's of the first echelon with powers over fire and ice. It's always been a source of interest to most law researchers. This single law somehow combines the opposing properties of ice and fire. It shouldn't be possible, as that can't exist in nature, yet it is. That's why I'd like to study it. Though, Calder might join us once he hears of this. The headmaster says while taking a communication bracelet out of his desk. He pulls a piece of paper with a drawing of Lorik on it out of a storage ring. He got the ring from a bag full of different colored rings. Every ring was a different color, with no two rings matching. The headmaster adjusts the straps of the bracelet before motioning for Lorik to come over. He holds the new bracelet next to the old one. It lights up, and a bar appears in the air. It slowly fills up for a few seconds. What's that? Vera asks curiously. Even though your old one is broken, it still remembers all your information. I'm copying it to the new one, so it should feel exactly the same once it's done. The headmaster replies before the bar finishes filling. All right, here you are. I'll take that broken one off your hands, the headmaster says while handing Lorik the new bracelet. He takes it and hands the headmaster his broken one. After putting the new on, he tries it out. It lights up, and he gets to his information quickly. Thank you, Lorik says before getting ready to leave. I'll message you when I'm free to study your Fenrir's law. Just let me know when one works with you. Headmaster Arlen says before they leave. Nixfang returns to Lorik's soul instead of following them down. Are you sure you want to see my rundown place? Lorik asks Vera as they leave the tower. Yeah, I really want to, she replies, causing Lorik to sigh again. Why did I say yes? I'm planning to visit Torvin. No, this could actually be good. I want to tell Master and the others anyway. I get along with Vera the best, at least I think so, so she'll be like my practice run, just to get a feel for how the others will react to the news. Lorik thinks before they leave the academy. He leads the way down to his house while Vera follows. It's different than I thought, Vera says as they stop outside. She looks at the rusted fence before the overgrown yard. Yeah, I didn't have much time growing up to tend to the outside, so now it's gotten out of control, though I do my best not to let it get worse. Lorik replies, causing her to laugh lightly. I was half expecting some kind of dangerous alchemy garden in your yard, so this is better than I thought already. She says, causing him to look at her. I almost did that, you know. There's no backyard, so I almost made my front yard into that. He tells her, causing her to laugh more. Lorik unlocks the front door and they enter.